It may have been a public event. Possibly.
God. You're like the fifth person that's asked me that. Somebody asked me if I had a dark purpose.
I think that's designed and how it works. Well, that's one thing.
Oh, either way.
Well, here, have this.
It's just these three colors.
Turn on a switch.
I thought when it said pink, it was one side. You tell them that.
Yeah.
Marcus, can you close the door? Thank you.
Has everybody signed the sign-in sheet? Alex again. Has everybody signed the sign-in sheet?
No, me. Just put my name on.
No, it's what's your signature? Signature. It's forgery. What? I don't appreciate it. It's because I'm a computer.
I call this meeting to order at 2:39 p.m. If you all please join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll take a chance. Now we'll call the roll. The secretary will call the roll.
All right, Madam President, General Counsel, we have six officers, 4 legislators, and 5 guests.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. We'll now review the agenda. Is there any opposition to the agenda as it's written? Without objection, we'll move on to approval of the minutes. And our secretary actually uploaded the minutes onto your Blackboard, so you should have been able to review them before now. But there's still a copy of the minutes attached. So are there any corrections to be made to the minutes? So the minutes stand approved as read. Next we'll move into committee reports. The Issues and Concerns Committee did not meet this past week. We had holiday. So the next meeting for Issues and Concerns will be next Wednesday on the 5th at 2:30. Next we will hear from the Activities Committee.
Madam President, General Counsel, we had activities meeting last week, Tuesday before the break, and pretty much we talked about the events that we're going to have next week, which include the tree lighting ceremony and the pictures we sent. And it's all planned. Hopefully we get the camera. Then we started planning for the spring semester, and we wrote out a list of the few people from the APCA book thing that would be considering to bring to school. And then Ms. Udi made some suggestions about what we should do for one of the events in February. So pretty much that's it. And we have activities meeting tomorrow at 2:30.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Next, we'll get the budget report from our treasurer.
Thank you, Madam President. Our current budget stands at $42,230.95.
Thank you, Mr. Treasurer. Next, we will hear from the scrapbook.
Nothing new to report, and our next scrapbook meeting will be on December 7th, same time, same place.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Secretary. Next, we'll hear from publicity from our parliamentarian.
Thank you, Madam President. General Counsel, as far as publicity goes, the tree lighting ceremony posters, they're at the print shop, waiting to be picked up. As far as parliamentary procedure goes, we had an orientation. If any of you need a copy of my parliamentary procedure packet, let me know. I will give you one. Or a printout of the slideshow that I presented. I'll give you one. That's it.
Thank you. And our volunteer operations coordinator, Sergeant at Arms, is not here right now. So we'll proceed into unfinished business. Seeing as there is no unfinished business, we'll proceed with new business. Are there any motions to be presented? Are there any motions on this? Seeing as there's no new business, we'll now proceed into announcements. Tomorrow, we'll be at Spring Lake campus registering volunteers for the MLK Day service. So if you're able to come out to Spring Lake, please come. We'll be there in the morning from 11 to 2. If you can be there at 10 to help us set up, that would be great. One thing I do want to reiterate, don't sign your name to the paper if you do not plan on being there. And if you do sign your name to the paper, please make a note of it in your calendar, in your phone, wherever, because once you sign that paper, that's like a contract saying that you're going to be there. That's your word. You're putting down on the paper that you will be there. You're committing that time. And I'm going to expect you to be there. And if you're not, that's a bad look on you. So be serious when you're signing these sign-up sheets that we have going around. Every meeting, we have like from anywhere from 10 to 15 people sign up and 3 people show up total. That's not good. That's not good. That's a bad look for the SGA. It's unprofessional. If you're signing your name, you need to commit to what you're signing for. Okay, so we have a sign-up sheet going around for tomorrow. At Spring Lake campus, like I said, we'll be there from 10 to 2 tomorrow. I'm taking a moment of privilege. And our treasurer just did remind me, and we do have an attendance policy, and if you fail to comply to that, we do reserve the right to dismiss you from the SGA. So be aware of that and adhere to it, please. Our next announcement is that there is an activities committee meeting tomorrow at 2:30 in room 14. So please come out and help plan the spring events. There's a lot of ideas on the table and there's so much that we can do. We just need the people to do it. We have all these ideas going out, but ideas are nothing if you don't have anybody to put them into action. So y'all please come out and support the activities committee. That's a huge thing with the SGA. Also, the picture day with Santa. We have 2 picture days with Santa. There's 2 sessions on each day. There's only 1 session? Okay, well there's only going to be 1 session at Spring Lake. I'm assuming it was at the morning session. The morning session at Spring Lake. But that's going to be on the 5th and the 6th. The 5th will be here on main campus and the 6th will be at Spring Lake campus. And as y'all know, that's where the kids are coming in. They're taking pictures with Santa. We have the suit and everything for that, so that'll be a nice, fun little thing for the children to do. So we have that sign-up sheet going around. And we also have the tree lighting ceremony next Tuesday, which is a big deal. So we really need people to help come out and set up refreshments, set up the space, because that's something where we're expecting the school, we're expecting, you know, members from the board of trustees at our school. So it's a big deal. We need people to come help out, make it elegant, make it formal, make it really nice. We started decorating today, so we'll be continually adding stuff to it as we go along. But it is, the tree lighting ceremony is going to be on Tuesday the 4th. It starts at 11 o'clock. So if you come at 10, 9:30 even to come set up, we can use the help. And there's a sign-up sheet going for that, and there's going to be one on Spring Lake also. So there's 2 days to sign up for it. If you can't do one, or if you can do both, that'd be great. And the next announcement is that there is a scrapbook committee meeting on next Friday, the 7th, in room 14. It'll be at 1 o'clock. And then there's an SGA day. We're planning SGA day on the 11th of December. And we'll be passing out donuts to the students and telling them about SGA. SGA day is a day to really promote the SGA and show everybody what we're about. And we're not really focusing on recruiting people. If people are interested, then that's fine, but that's not our main focus. Our main focus is maybe it's also getting feedback from the students as far as what could we be doing better, what kind of things would they like to see on campus, and just promoting the SGA. Oh, and we'll also be doing, we'll be promoting the MLK Day of Service on that day as well. We'll have a couple of things because we have some ongoing projects. So, and the executive board has decided to do a SGA holiday potluck on December 12th, and that will be at 2:30. So please come, bring a dish, and enjoy some games and fun. Matter of fact, Madam Parliamentarian had something she wanted to add about the holiday party.
Thank you, Madam President. I don't know how familiar you are with the game called White Elephant. No? I'll just explain it, that's okay. White Elephant pretty much is a game. At this function, we want to have, you don't all have to bring a present, but for those who do, you take the amount of people that brought a present, write the number on a piece of paper, rip the pieces of paper up, put it in a bin, everybody picks a number. You set the presents on the table, first person and everybody picks a number. The person who picks one, they go first, they pick a thing off the table, like, oh, a present, this is great. The person that picks number 2, they go get a present, oh, they open it, maybe they don't like it, they can switch with number 1. Number 3, then they go, they can pick between 2 or 1, and it just goes on up the line. It's a fun game, you get to pretty much the whole basis of the game. You want to be the last person to pick a gift, because then you can get whichever one you choose. So, yeah. So, yeah.
Thank you, Madam Parliamentarian. The next announcement is that the executive board, we are trying to put together a schedule for the general council meetings for the spring semester. So it would behoove all of you to just go ahead and do your schedule, put your schedule together for the spring. I mean, you gotta deal with it. And submit that to our sergeant at arms so that we can go ahead and put that schedule together. We need those in by the 14th, which is the last day of this semester. If you submit it after that, you won't be considered as far as the scheduling, because that's going to be the cutoff date as far as accepting schedules. So we'll only be scheduling according to the schedules that we get. So, you know, if you try to bring it in the first day of spring, you'll be short if it doesn't fit with your schedule, because you didn't submit it in the time that we asked. So please get those schedules in so that we can make the schedule. And there's I have another announcement. It's not written on here on the agenda, but Coach is hosting the tournament, or is doing the tournament this weekend, this Saturday. He needs volunteers. He needs 2 more volunteers. He already has 1. He needs 2 more volunteers to come and help him with that. And he'll take you to dinner. It is an all-day thing. It is this Saturday from 8 to 8. So just come. If you want to help Coach, just stop by the office when we leave out of here and let him know so that you all can coordinate on what you'll be doing. And then there's one more announcement on the floor that Kat.
Okay, everyone, anyone interested in the scrapbook committee? At the last meeting, we decided that we were doing a field trip on this
meeting. So our meeting will not be in, we will meet in room 14, and then we will be driving to Walmart and Michael's to decide what kind of materials we can actually look at them. So anyone that is interested, please show up, please be on time. The trip will probably be about an hour and a half to 2 hours long, and anyone that goes on this will be in our dedication page to the people that were in the scrapbook committee.
Okay, thank you, Kat. And are there any more announcements to be brought to the floor? Okay, seeing as there are no more announcements, we'll move on to advisor remarks.